Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Carson and this is my YouTube where I chat about knitting. Today I have some finished objects, works in progress, and one exciting acquisition to share with y'all, so let's just dive on in. Disclaimer, my 2-month-old daughter, June, is right in front of me playing, so if you hear little noises and stuff, it's just her talking very cutely. This might be filmed in parts, so if the lighting changes or if I look different, it's because I had to take a break. But that's okay, because we're having fun. We're having fun. I am excited to chat with y'all about all the things that I have been knitting. I have been knitting a lot. I've been snuggling, have lots of baby snuggles and feeding sessions in which I can knit pretty easily. So I've been knitting on lots of little small things and some bigger things. So I'll just stop rambling and I'll show y'all. Let's start with, oh bless you. Let's start with finished objects. She's so cute. Okay. So first off, I'll start with maybe the most exciting one. I finished this little duck, Nanna Duck. This is a pattern from Moosh and Friends. It's a knitting book. That's the knitting book. I apologize, my brain is scrambled. I'm very tired. The knitting book is called Moosh and Friends by Cynthia Valet, and this little gal is Nanna or Nanna the Duck, and she's so cute. I love her. I've loved making every one of Cynthia's patterns so far. I guess I've only made two. I've made Nanna, and then I've made the Suit Bear, I made two Suit Bears, and they're just so fun. They're in the round, they're seamless. Sometimes there's some grafting and you do have to, put a lot of stitches on hold and really pay attention to the pattern. But it's a really fun, engaging knit, and if you've never knit a toy before or a stuffed animal, I would really, really, really recommend that book or any of Cynthia's patterns, because like I said, they're in the round, they're just so much fun. Every step is really fun for me personally. I've enjoyed knitting these animals because they're so engaging. And sometimes, yes, I like the mindless knit where you just do stockinette and watch TV, but I also like knits that you have to focus on and turn everything off, and your brain is just focused on that. And this is one of those because every row is different, pretty much. And look at her, she has these cute little, what do you call these? Her feet, I guess. But my favorite part is the behind. Her little tail feathers. Oh, I hope it's focusing. She's got 3 little tail feathers. I love her floppy arms. And yeah, I just love her. I used embroidery thread for her face, but everything else is just scrap yarn I had. This is a yarn from my local yarn shop. They dye their own yarn. And then the contrast yarn I think is from Pearls and Postulates. Again, scrap sock yarn. I was knitting some socks with that. So yeah. I want to say, I don't remember if I weighed her, but it uses very little yarn. It's a great scrap buster if you have just little tiny scraps lying around. I think it maybe used no more than 20 grams, if that, probably less. If you've knit the Suit, which is a very popular pattern, she is bigger than the Suit Bear. Oh, she's trying to roll over. Oh, she's so cute. Yeah, she's fun. I have 0 complaints, just all praise. It is so fun to knit. I stuffed her I think I did an okay job. With one of the bears I made, I think I overstuffed it, and then the next bear I made, I think I understuffed it. So I tried to find a good middle stuffing ground, because the way you stuff it can really transform the way it looks. And ducks come in all shapes and sizes. So yeah, I tried not to overstuff it, but I think I did a pretty good job of stuffing this time. You don't stuff the arms, they're just floppy, and I didn't stuff the feet either, so they're floppy. So yeah, I do kind of need to go back, I think, and maybe reinforce some of these neck stitches. They're short rows, I guess, and they're a little open, so I can kind of see the stuffing or the polyfill, but I love her. June loves her too. Wilder really, really loves her. I still need to make the dress that goes with her. I do plan on making that maybe soon. It's a really cute garter stitch dress that's striped, so I think I'm going to use a few different, oh my gosh, she's talking. I think I'm going to use a few different scrap yarns for that, so it's more colorful, but yeah, we'll see. I really love her. So you might see her again once I finish her dress. I think I've decided I'm going to knit Wilder another one of these stuffies and save it for either his birthday or Christmas. They're both really close. And I think I'm going to knit him Aggie the Sheep, which is another pattern out of Moosh and Friends. He's repeatedly told me multiple times throughout many months. I've asked him what he would want me to knit next in these like animal series, and he said he wants a sheep. So I think I'm going to knit Aggie the Sheep and maybe knit her some overalls instead of the dress, but we'll see. So yeah, maybe I'll see that next. Once I finish this, Wilder said, "Mama, what are you going to knit next?" I was like, I don't know. So yeah, it's going to be hard to keep that one a secret from him though, because it's just so fun knitting these and then giving them to him and then him having fun with it. So yeah, I love this little girl. Love Nana. Next up, I have some socks, and I have worn these and have not washed them yet, so please excuse any dog hair or fuzz that may or not be on there. But these are just a pair of pretty basic vanilla socks with a 2x2 broken rib texture. I didn't follow a pattern, I just added in that 2x2 broken rib texture. So I did knit 2, purl 2 for a round, and then knit for a round. And that's how you get that cozy texture. And I used Lionhead Knits Old Books colorway for the main color, which is so pretty and autumnal. And then I used just some Cascade Heritage scraps that I had in stash for the contrast. And I think they go together really well. And I've worn them already. I love them. I need to wash them. So yeah, I really love them. I love a good textured sock, especially broken rib. I love it. And they hug the feet really nicely. I used my normal Shadow Wrap heel. Love the Shadow Wrap heel. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not much to say about these except they're pretty basic, just with the texture stitch, and they're really cozy. And I like them a lot. So yeah, that's that. Those are my socks. I knit these in October. These were my October fall socks, and I have casted on some other socks too, so you'll get to see those as well. Now we get into hats. This is a very hat heavy episode, and I will get to one. Since we just talked about Wilder, I'll keep talking about Wilder. I guess if you're new here, you might not know, I have a son named Wilder. He is almost 3 years old, so if I've been saying Wilder with no context, that's my son. That's my toddler. And he has recently become obsessed with Shrek. We've watched all the Shrek movies multiple times. He loves going around the house saying, "Get out of my swamp." It's really cute and funny. And so he told me he wanted me to knit him a green hat. And so I decided to surprise him and knit him his very own Shrek hat. I used a free pattern on Ravelry. I think it's called the Ogre Hat, but I will put all of the names and links in the description below if they're not up here. Since having a baby, I haven't had a ton of time to edit these videos, so that's why the names may or may not be up here, depending on the time I have. But everything's definitely in the description below. So it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I did have to start it twice, because the sizing wasn't quite right whenever I cast it on. I didn't gauge swatch though. I don't know what my gauge is. I did measure his head and did the size for his head, and it looked way too small. I put it on June because it was like I got a few inches done and I was like, oh okay, this is like a baby hat. So I ripped back and just cast it on the second size instead, and it is such a basic pattern. It's so easy. If you have a Shrek obsessed kid, if you are obsessed with Shrek or ogres or just want something fun and silly, I recommend this hat. It was so easy to knit. It's in a very bright green. I used a Barocco Merino. I don't remember the exact name of it. Oh wait, I have it I think. Yeah, because I have one extra skein that I have no idea what to do with. Merino 401 in this very bright green color. And I don't know, I used exactly one skein. Like I had very minimal scraps left. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. I'm kind of hoping I can exchange it for a different color because I just can't see me knitting anything with this. But yeah, super fun hat. It's just a rolled brim beanie, and then really the only thing extra you do is add these little ogre ears onto it, and it's such an easy technique. You just pick up stitches along the decrease sections and then knit a tiny tube, make a few extra stitches, and then bind off very loosely, and it makes these like flared ogre ears. And he has been wearing this around the house nonstop. He wore it to bed last night. Like, he was watching TV with it. It's just a really fun knit. And I kind of made this as more of like a dress-up play hat. Like, I don't care if it gets destroyed really, or if, yeah, I'm just not as like gentle with this one because I want him to have fun with it. Of course, he can wear it out if he wants to. I'm not going to stop him. Oh gosh, my dogs are barking. I'm not going to stop him from wearing this out and about if he wants to. I mean, it's really funky. And he can play with it too in the house. That's what he's kind of been doing mostly. But it has gotten cold, so maybe he will wear it out soon. And it's just really, really fun. There's not much to say about it except it's so quirky. This is probably the silliest thing I've ever knit. But oh my gosh, when he saw it, he got so excited. And it just made me really happy. Yeah, he's been wearing it nonstop. So toddler knits have been really fun so far because now he reacts to them, and so far it's been very positive to all the things I've knit him. And he'll also sit and watch me knit. I knit a lot of socks, and he said that he wants some socks, but it's just really nice because he'll come up, he'll be like, hey, what you making? What you making? Or I've been wearing my hand knit socks this whole past week because it's been pretty cold in the mornings, and then when he sees them he goes, oh mama, did you make those? I like them. So it's just been really fun having him become a part of like the process of watching me make things, I guess, and craft. So that's that. Another hat is this. I knit this, I think I might have shown this before in a previous podcast episode, but I knit this for the Fish Girl Fall make along, just like a classic ribbed fisherman style beanie, although I did knit longer than a traditional fisherman's. It doesn't go like above the ear. It kind of should I? This is gonna look weird because I have a banana on. But yeah, this is the beanie, and I love it a lot. It's the exact fit that I wanted, the exact color. What are you talking about? It's the exact fit, exact color. It's exactly what I envisioned, and I really love it. I think I'll just leave it on. But I used a free pattern on Ravelry. It's called Ribellation or Ribellation. Again, I'll put everything below. It was a very easy, basic pattern, just 1x1 ribbing. It did get kind of boring sometimes just because, you know, it's 1x1 ribbing over and over and over again. But it makes a very classic looking hat. I did knit the ribbing inside out, which I think made it look very neat. And I did a tubular cast on for the very first time, which was so much easier than I had in my head it would be. So yeah. That's that. Really love it. I use Barocco, however you want to say it, Ultra Wool in the worsted weight. I don't know the color, but that's the yarn I used. I use a lot of Barocco because that's what my local yarn shop mostly has in stock. So yeah, that's that. Oh no, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna keep it on. It is pretty chilly today. It was like 30 this morning, which is amazing. Next up, another hat. I can't believe we're still on finished objects. Another hat. This is for my husband. This was also a Fish Girl Fall make-along knit. And this is the Gone Fishing beanie by the Critter Knitter, I believe. And she likes it. I knit this. I've had this in my library for a very long time. Maybe for a year now. I told my husband I would knit it for him. And I just hadn't got around to it. So I went to my local yarn shop recently and I purchased some yarn that I thought the pattern was worsted weight. I didn't check. I bought worsted weight yarn. Turns out it was DK. And so this is way off gauge, and I ended up I thought it was going to be too big to begin with. I didn't swatch. Goodness, girl. And all I did to mitigate the gauge issue that I knew I was going to have, I pretty much just deleted one of the fish motifs. So I think the original I think the original has 5 fish and this one has 4. And it fits his head perfectly. That was truly luck because I did zero math, zero gauge swatching. I just did it by eye. I just kind of had a gut feeling that it was going to be way too big, especially with the worsted weight yarn. But I did also modify it to only have 3 colors because I didn't have the original. I think it calls for 5 colors. And there are some versions that look really fun bright versions. This was kind of tough for me to knit on because I've been really into colorful things recently. And these are my husband's colors 100%. And I feel like these used to be Goodness, girly, you are just talking. These used to be my colors, but I don't think they are anymore. And it was very tough to knit on because I wanted to knit on something colorful. But I am glad my husband likes it. He hasn't worn it yet. But yeah, and I don't think he knew I was knitting this. I just kind of did it without telling him. So yeah. He has a new hat, which is very exciting, and it's very, very warm. I used a Barocco yarn again. I don't want to talk too much about it because I honestly didn't like it. I really did not like knitting with it. It was called Barocco Milestone Tweed. It looks very tweedy, and it is like a wool blend, but it also has some other stuff in there. And it was very odd to work up with. Like, it felt very dense, almost matted. It looked really pretty in the skein, which is why I got it, and I loved the tweedy look of it. But oh my gosh, it was hard to knit with. I did not like it. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing with tweed in general, but the yarn itself just felt, like I said, matted. It was very strange. So yeah, I have some scraps of this left over, but I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. Hi! Do you want to sit back down? Okay, we took a short intermission. I was talking about socks, but I'll just restart because I'm not sure where I left off. But these are my first work in progress. They are the Circle of the Fae. I think it's what it's called, but it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and again, I'll link everything below. It's this really fun fairy ring mushroom motif. I'm pretty sure there's only one size available, which is like a caveat, you know, it's free pattern, but it's really, really, really fun, I think. I casted this on Halloween. I wanted a very moody knit sock. So yeah, I chose these. I thought they were fun and kind of magical, mystical. I knit this really fast in like 3 days, and then I paused to knit on something else I'll show you, but I'm almost to the toe. And yeah, it's just a really fun pattern. If you're a returning viewer, you may or may not know, I have denounced heel flap and gussets in the past just because I think I got really tired of them, but I decided for this sock I would try it again, and I didn't hate it. Like, it wasn't that bad, so I think I was just burnt out at the time. I did this because I wanted to test out my color work tension. Instead of going up a needle size for this, I followed the pattern's recommendation, just going up, increasing a few stitches, and then I kept my same needle size, just a US 1. I didn't go up to US 2, which is a common, you know, method for color work to make sure that if it's over your foot, it's not too tight. But I think since I've been knitting color work for a bit, my tension isn't that tight. I think it's fine. I think it's maybe even a little bit loose. So this really worked out. I tried it on and it fits perfectly. There's zero issue going over my foot. She is so vocal today. So cute. Yeah, there's zero issue going over my foot, and so I'm really happy that this worked out. And so I think in the future I will just, if a pattern recommends going up a size for color work, I'll just omit that for me personally. And yeah, these have been really fun to knit on. I need to start them again. I only have one sock. This is the first one. It's a little bit chaotic. There's a lot of ends I'm gonna have to weave in, but that's okay. I don't mind it. It's kind of, what's the word? Methodic? Is that a word? Hypnotic? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this is a really fun pattern. I got this yarn from my local yarn shop, the main color, the green, which I love. I've been loving this like deep foresty fungusy green. Maybe it's a Shrek green, I don't know. It could be the Shrek coming back to me. But I actually just, my local yarn shop dyes some yarn. I think I've already said that. But they had this color in a few mini skeins. There wasn't like a full skein, so I just bought 3 mini skeins. It was kind of a gamble because, you know, you don't know if it's dyed in the same lot, but I just had a feeling it was. So I bought it, and so far no issues. This is one whole mini skein. And then I just swapped to my contrast, one of my contrast colors, which is Little Lionhead Knits, which I previously showed, and it goes so good with this green. And then the cream is another mini skein I had from my local yarn shop. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Is it focusing? It's just really fun, fairy rings, and I'm gonna really love these once they're done. I'm taking my time. I'm really trying to enjoy every stitch. Sometimes I get a little like anxious happy with socks, especially color work, and I just want to get them done, want to see what they look like and but these I'm really just taking it slow. Although I did say I knit these in 3 days, which, disclaimer, I'm on maternity leave, so you know, I do have time to knit. But yeah, I really tried to knit it slowly while I was working on it, which I think helped with the color work tension too. So yeah, that's the sock. I'm hoping to finish those this month. They can be my November moody, magical, mystical socks. Okay, next up, we have a really exciting one. I don't think I showed this last time. I don't think I was even working on it. I think I maybe showed the yarn though. This is my Marielle blouse. Oh, that yarn. It's annoying me. Okay, my Marielle blouse. So I have knit on quite a bit of the body. It's joined in the round. The collar is done. She looks so pretty. And I just decided to switch to a sleeve. Just for funsies. And I am loving this. It is a pointelle lace pattern, which is pretty trendy right now, I think. This blouse, I think, is making its rounds. I've seen a lot of people knitting it up. I kind of divulged from the yarn recommendations. It's recommended to use a fingering weight and mohair held double, specifically knitting for olive, merino, and their silk mohair, I think is what it's called. I, however, am sick of using mohair in projects. I didn't want to knit with it around June because she's, you know, little and small. I didn't want the fibers. I don't want her breathing in fibers, and I also don't want to wear mohair all the time in the climate that I live in. So instead, I took a chance, and I'm using Pearl Soho Linen Quill, which is a mixture of, okay, it's a mixture of merino, alpaca, and linen. And it looks kind of like heathered or tweedy almost. It is so soft and squishy though. I've been loving knitting with this, and I chose it because I thought the alpaca might fill in some of the open spaces from not using mohair, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And I think it's doing a pretty good job. I love how it looks. I think blocking will change it dramatically because it changed my gauge swatch. I mean, it totally opened up. And you can see the lace pattern with the gauge swatch. So yeah, I definitely expect it to grow a little bit and really bloom, which I'm excited to see it do that. And so yeah, it just, I love it. It's a very engaging pattern, but it's also, the rows are very easy to memorize. The pattern repeat is easy to memorize. So I've been chugging along on this one. I knit on this mostly on some road trips going back to our hometown. We have about 3-ish hours between where we live now and where our family is, and I have both hands, so that's when I've been knitting on this mostly. I did the folded neckband in the car a couple days ago, and it just looks so nice. So yeah, no complaints about this pattern so far. It's been really, really fun, and I kind of had in my head that I would be able to finish this by Thanksgiving and wear it, but I think that was slightly delusional because we are very close to Thanksgiving and I still need to knit a lot of it. I told myself I would maybe try to see how much I could do if I just focused on this week, but it's kind of hard to knit with June. She only takes contact naps right now. She's in my arms most of the time, and it's just getting so big, and like especially with the stitches on hold, it's kind of hard to knit with her on this. So yeah, I am trying though, and we'll see how far I get this week. I am kind of sort of still trying to finish it for Thanksgiving, but I'm not going to put like a massive deadline on myself. We will be traveling quite a bit this holiday season, so maybe it'll just be a good travel project. I love it, and it's in this deep, I don't know, burgundy, red, maroon color that I've really been digging recently. I am not usually into these jewel tones. I think that's what they're called, jewel tones. I actually don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I think it'll look really, really nice. It's such a fall, winter color. I think I could also wear this in the spring because it's at a more open gauge for a fingering weight yarn. It's knit on a US, the main body is knit on a US 6 needle, so it's gonna be pretty open and flowy. I did one modification I am making is I am knitting size 3, which is slightly bigger than I think I technically fit because I wanted to just make sure it fit like with my postpartum body and stuff, especially breastfeeding. And so I cast it on size 3. I probably could have done size 2 because I think a lot of positive ease is built into this intentionally. But the arm once I connected, looked really big and large, and so I inspected the projects, and some people who had knit the same size as me said the arm looked pretty big, and so they actually picked up for the size extra small and small around the armhole, and so that's what I'm doing, just so the sleeve isn't massive because I think it's just a straight sleeve. So yeah, that's something I did. I didn't pick up for my size, I picked up for the smaller sizes. So far, I mean, I've done very little of the sleeve, but it's going good. No issues, no problems. I'm just really excited to block it once it's done and see how it fits. I might even do a mid-project block so I can really decide how long I want it. Because yeah, I think the blocking will be drastic, from my swatch at least. Right now it looks kind of cinched up, but that's how lace does. Blocking really helps. So yeah, I'm loving this. I love the color. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited to wear it. Alrighty, y'all. I think that's it. I did swatch for something. Where did my phone go? Oh, I don't remember what the pattern name is. In my last podcast, you might have heard me say that I am making my husband another sweater. I probably showed the yarn. I probably talked about how I was kind of not reluctant, but it's just, I am a very selfish knitter. It's hard for me to knit gift knits, not even gift knits, but things for other people, even though my husband is so knit-worthy, like so knit-worthy. He wears the heck out of the hoodie sweater I made him last year or 2 years ago, so he definitely needs another sweater. I need to cast this on. I just haven't yet, but I'm glad I didn't last month because we ended up swapping the patterns we're going to use. We had decided to use Petite Knit's zipper sweater man light version, the DK version, but we swapped. We swapped gears because I bought that pattern and I needed to learn a whole new cast on. I needed some needles I didn't have. It just looked like a lot with a little baby, and I was like, I'm overwhelmed. Can we pick a different pattern? And so he ended up finding one that he loved even more than that one. And it is called, what is it called? The Stamford Sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl. I love the Knit Pearl Girl's patterns. I've knit some of her patterns in the past and I really loved them, and so I'm excited that we found this one. It looks really fun and I have bought it. It's a very simple start, so it'll be good. And I am using Pearl Soho, oh man, what is it? I know I've talked about this yarn before. Okay, yeah, Good Wool. It's actually a sport weight yarn, but in the description it says people knit it up as a DK and even worse weight. It really blooms. And so the Hamford, is that what it's called? What's it called? Stamford. Why did I say Hamford? The Stamford sweater is actually worst weight pattern, so I was kind of nervous, but I did gauge watch like a good girl and I got gauge. So, I mean, I think it'll be a little bit airier than probably a worsted weight yarn would have been, but it's kind of see-through. Oh well. It'll be good. He liked the swatch. We're good. We're ready to roll. I think I said I was going to knit our Pearl Soho, I can't say that word, Pearl Soho sweaters in tandem, but obviously that hasn't happened yet. And I think too, after knitting on mine, I kind of want to finish mine first because I don't think I'll have the brain space to knit on 2 sweaters at the same time, and I don't think they would get done. Either one of them would be done as fast as they would if I just like really worked on one and then really worked on the other. So that's my reasoning, and I don't have like a deadline. I'm trying to get this done by Christmas. He knows it's just a sweater for his wardrobe to have eventually, so yeah, no pressure, no deadline, except for the pressure he gives me. Some days he walks around the house and he's like, I'm cold. I'm like, I know what you're doing. But yeah, I do need to cast that on, but I'm thinking after my Marielle blouse is complete, or maybe almost complete. Who knows though. I have some chaotic energy these days. Maternity leave is coming to an end, and that is where that comes from. So that is all my knits, but I do have one very exciting acquisition. It was last month. I had a birthday. I'm a little bit older than I was, you know, another year on the sun, and I have been wanting HE Agu interchangeable needle set. Now I have one that I got secondhand for my socks. It's the mini set, but I got this one, which was actually so expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It was an investment in my knitting journey is what I'm saying. what I'm telling myself. And yeah, I don't know why I'm showing you. I mean, it's just needles, but it's Chiagu, which I love. I'm just a sucker for Chiagu needles, and I have a million fixed ones, so I just thought it would be so much nicer and better to have these interchangeable, so I honestly don't have to buy as many fixed. And yeah, I'm so excited. I didn't swatch my husband's sweater with the needles. That's the only thing I've really used them for so far. But I think that's my motivation for knitting his sweaters. I'm telling myself I'm using these, which it'll just feel so good on my hands. So yeah, I'm excited. I am just still knitting my Marielle blouse on my bamboo needles because that's what I started with. So I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna mess the gauge up. I'm just gonna suffer through. Not suffer, but you know. I do really want to be knitting on these right now, but oh well. So yes, that is all my knitting. I fear June is getting tired. She was very vocal, now she's not. I think she's about to pass out down here on her playmat. Oh yeah? Now she's talking. So yeah, I'll just save books and stuff for another time. I would like to film more, and since this worked today, she's not napping, she's awake, maybe I will try to film more, especially before maternity leave ends. But maybe not. I don't know. The holidays are coming up. I'm really just trying to soak up these last couple months of me and June and Wilder, you know. So yeah. That's that. This is probably very chaotic. I don't even know if you could hear me over her talking, but that's our reality right now. And you know what? It's a fun one. It's a tiring one, but it's fun. And yeah, I've been doing lots of crafts. I think I'm gonna do some Christmas crafting, holiday crafting pretty soon, and some gift knitting. Definitely one gift knit or two. So yeah, we'll see what I talk about next episode. But just thanks for joining, listening to my rambles, my chatty chats, and yeah, I guess I'll see y'all next time.